I'm going to tell you how I schedule my projects, schedule my day, schedule my life, and how I stay on schedule. Hey, Walter here, doing what I can to help make comics easier because it shouldn't be overwhelming or daunting to tell your story. I make videos about making comics, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if that's something you're into. Okay, so one of the hardest parts about making comics, or really any project, is maintaining a schedule. And I think there's 3 aspects to keep in mind if you want to maintain your schedule. First up is feasibility. How realistic are your goals? If you put you're gonna do 50 panels a day, can you actually do that? I can't do that. So you need to figure out like how long it actually takes you to do stuff. How long does it take you to draw a panel? How long does it take you to color a panel? How long does it take you to letter, to write? Whatever it is you're gonna be doing, how long does it take you to do that specific thing? And the only way you're gonna really figure that out is by doing a lot of panels, doing a lot of pages, and figuring out how fast you go. And then once you know that number, you wanna build your schedule around what's actually realistic for you to do. Next up is sustainability. How long can you keep that schedule that you set for yourself? How long can you keep that pace? If you put yourself down for 20 panels a day, can you do that for 2 days in a row? Can you do that for a week, for a month, for the rest of your life? If you can't keep that up, don't set that pace for yourself because you're gonna wear yourself out. You're gonna get drowned. You're gonna fall behind schedule. You're gonna think that you can cram that stuff out, but as soon as you kind of hit that block, as soon as all of your energy is sapped, you're just gonna crash and burn and you won't be able to get back on schedule. So you wanna make sure that the schedule you set is sustainable. And a big part of that is making sure that you give yourself enough time to rest. If you're doing this and like you can't sleep because of the schedule you set for yourself, like I said, you're just gonna crash, you're gonna burn. So you need to make sure that you are giving yourself enough rest, enough time. It's the case of the rabbit versus the hare. You wanna be, well, the rabbit versus hare, that's the same thing. So that's 2 people running fast. So it's the rabbit versus the tortoise, and you wanna be the tortoise and go slow and steady and get to the finish line, not do a whole bunch right at the beginning and then crash and then lose all your momentum, your motivation, your energy. So yeah, sustainable. Finally is milestones. We need to be able to measure our progress and then also celebrate the goals that we hit. So you kind of break it up into pieces, like I need to finish pages 1 through 10. And so you can see that you're on schedule for that week. You did pages 1 through 10. And you can see for that month, like I need to finish issue 1 in January. So you look at the end of January, did you finish it? And you kind of can break this up whatever works best for you. You could do it by day, by week, by month, by a year if you wanted to, but I would suggest like smaller pieces because a year is a long time, and by the time you got to the end of the year, you could be way off of schedule. Personally, I like to schedule my stuff for the week, but sometimes like if I'm behind schedule, if I'm trying something new, I will do it by day to kind of see how I'm going day by day. I guess you could go by hour, but I think that's a little bit of overkill. All right, so this is what my schedule actually looks like. I just printed out on a piece of paper and I have a few of them kind of clipped together. I have it going out until December, I think. And I just write on here in pencil like what I need to get done for that week. And I use a highlighter to mark out the days that have already passed. And I can look on here and see for that week, like, did I reach my goal? And sometimes I'll put stuff down by day. And like I was saying about rest being really important, I have a DO for day off written on the calendar, marked off, big letters, so I don't accidentally write something in there and I can't do anything because I'm taking that day off. And then I'll also have a column for YouTube on Wednesdays, YT, so that I know I'm doing YouTube for that day and I won't actually write anything down for that day either. So this is just something that I print off from printacalendar.com and just print it out so I can do it on this. But you could also do it digitally just on your computer if that was easier, or using some other program. I just like having this around on my desk because then I can write little notes down and super quick. I don't have to show anything or pull anything up. But I'm going to show you what this actually looks like digitally just because it's easier to record. So the calendar is broken into weeks, obviously. On the first day of the week, I'll show the bulk of what I'm doing for that week, like draw episode 1, panels 1 through 4, color episode 1, letter episode 1, or it could be draw issue 3, pages 1 through 6. These are my milestones, and I'll know at the end of the week, every week, if I'm on schedule, and I can be like, yeah, I did it, or if I'm ahead of schedule, even better. Now with this new project, I'm still trying to find my rhythm, so I'm making daily milestones because I'm trying to figure out what my true pace is. so I can gauge myself at the end of every day to see what's actually feasible and sustainable. And here's my day off column, marked DO for day off. And I also have Wednesday marked off for YouTube. So that's my project schedule, but what about my day-to-day schedule? My schedule basically looks like sleeping for 7 to 8 hours, spend about 2 hours eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, about 30 minutes for physical fitness, working out, and approximately 10 to 12 hours of making comics, and then whatever else is kind of lost to social media, news, YouTube, etc. So my day breaks down like this. I wake up at 6. Usually takes me another 30 minutes to force myself out of bed. It's super comfy and unstressful in bed. Why would I ever leave that cocoon? Takes me 30 minutes to convince myself to do that. Then I start up the coffee, I make breakfast, maybe watch something while I'm eating. If I'm behind schedule, I will eat and work, but I try not to do that too often. Remember, you gotta take your rest, take your moments. So that may take up 30 minutes, so it's already 7:30, and then I'm off to work. I try to just jump into making art. If I get distracted by YouTube or Discord, I'm gonna spend too much time there. So the sooner I get drawing, the sooner I'm gonna get into a groove, and the more I'm gonna get done. Usually I try to draw for 2 to 3 hours before getting up to get more coffee or some water, or stretching, maybe like a 10 to 15 minute break. And then it's back to drawing until lunch. Make some food, watch some TV, and then it's back to work for another 2 hours, which then I get up, stretch, get some more water, and then I'm back to work for another 2 hours before I go to work out. Now, I hate working out, I hate it, but it's very important for creativity. It keeps you healthy and fit. Making comics is really physically and mentally draining. Working out is gonna keep you physically fit, but also mentally centered. It's a good way to let off some steam. It's also a good way to let off some physical and mental blockage and also some aggression. Trust me, like I said, I don't like doing it, but it is critical to creativity. It doesn't have to be huge, big bro muscle grunting exercises. It could be running, it could be yoga, meditation, just plain stretching. It's about taking care of your mind, body, and soul, and taking out some time for yourself to make yourself kind of heal and center. So however you do that, do that. Then I eat dinner, watch some TV. Usually I'll go back to work for 2 hours. Sometimes it's a very lazy 2 hours. Sometimes if my nose is to the grindstone, it could be for 3 hours. And then I watch TV in bed before falling asleep to do it all over again. Okay, so that's how I stay on schedule. Feasibility, sustainability, milestone ability are really important parts of it. And then of course, rest and physical fitness. Staying physically fit allows your mind to be creative. So those are all the important aspects of staying on schedule. Speaking of like the physical endurance of making comics, how many of you that are making comics didn't realize how physically stressful it was going to be on your body? And how many of you are going through that? How many have felt the effects of your body just kind of getting worn down by the stress of the physicalness of hunching over your table and drawing comics? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to help support this channel, please subscribe and like, or check out my graphic novels or my Patreon. And then I just be wonderful if you could share the video with whoever is willing to listen to you and listen to me. And if you want to keep making comics easier, be sure to like, link, love, hug, and hit that sub button for more sweet, sweet goodness. Catch you in the next video. Peace.